How's everybody doing? I'm going to be making some cocktails tonight. I'm going to be talking about sours, whiskey sours, mostly whiskey sours. I also have a little surprise in the middle, and I'm also going to be doing one of my favorites at the end. So I have all my stuff set up right here. If you have any questions, well, as I go on, I'm going to be teaching how to make the drinks. If you have any questions as we go on, just type in a message and I'll answer it. If you look at the bottom corner of the screen, you can order these drinks on toasttab.com/thecastlebeverly as I make them. If you want to support the castle directly, go to Venmo and type in @thecastlebeverly and you can make a donation. And if you want to support me during my live stream, go to Venmo @Stephen-Rudin. Be sure to tip your bartender. All right, here we go. So at the castle, we have a whiskey sour. Okay. We have a whiskey sour here at the castle, and it's more so a variation on the New York sour because we had a top with red wine on top. And yeah, so the whiskey sour comes from like seafaring days. Initially, it was rum that they would use, and what they would do is they would put rum in barrels of like stagnant water to sanitize the water, which is where you get this rum. And then they would add citrus to that to prevent scurvy. And then they just started calling them sours. It's kind of like a slang term. And then in I think it was like the late 19th century, they started calling them. They started adding whiskey to them instead of rum, and they started making whiskey sours. So I'm going to start off with our whiskey sour. So we're going to start off with some Evan Williams honey. And we're going to do 1.5 ounces of Evan Williams honey. That's nice. 1.5. If you have any problems hearing me, let me know. Hey, it's Andrew. All right, then we're going to do 1.5 ounces of simple syrup, which is just sugar and water boiled together. Just add some sweetness to the cocktail. And then we're going to have 1.5 ounces of lemon juice. And then because we're adding citrus juice to the drink, we want to shake it. So I'm going to grab some ice and shaker. I'm going to shake the drink. So you of course, we're going to want to put some ice in the glass. So I'm going to go do that. Just want to cap that off. With little jagged circles. That is that's fine. That's nice. Yes. So that is. Are we allowed? So we got ice in the glass. We got all of our ingredients in the shaker. Now we just want to shake it. Grab our strainer. And we just want to make sure that we get all the ice out. That we shook the drink in. Go right up to about the edge right there because you want to float it with the wine. So we're going to use our lab tinto blended. We're just going to top it off. A nice little float. This number down here. This number. There we go. All right. So if you go to the toasttab.com/thecastlebeverly, you can order this whiskey sour. What's that? Yeah. What's that? There should be. Oh, hey. There are little booklets for you. Okay, you can go to the toasttab.com/Beverly and order a whiskey sour. We'll be standing by and making them. I'll be making all the drinks. In the meantime, we can move on to the next one. We're also going to want to almost forgot. You're gonna want to garnish that with a cherry too. That right on top. That way you can get all those oils. Goes really well with the wine and the lemon. So I said we're talking about sours and not just whiskey sours. And a lot of what a lot of people don't know is that a margarita counts as a sour because it follows the sour template, which is just citrus, your base spirit, and then sugar. Instead of sugar, though, we're going to be using triple sec. So we're going to make a margarita now. So there is a story about this one. This one might be true, might not be true. I think it was back in like the early 20th century in Sonoma, Mexico. The daughter of a German ambassador walked into a bar, and the bartender was experimenting with cocktails. The daughter asked the bartender to make one of the experiments for her, and she really liked it, and the bartender named it after her, and margarita. So kind of a cute little story. So we'll start off with an ounce and a half of tequila. We're going to do an ounce and a half of triple. And then I will add a little bit of sugar in there just to make it a little bit sweeter. Because the lime juice is just going to be a little too acidic. Same with the triple sec. So we'll grab some lime juice, and then we'll just do an ounce and a half.
The rest of the actions are main stuff, and this one is
And before I start this drink, I added some salt to half the rim of this rocks glass. I'm going to fill this glass up, guys. I'm also going to grab some ice for the shaker. And we're going to shake this guy up too.
There's a reason why we should be one.
And just bring that right in.
Single thing. This is what takes, right? And the other thing is, well,
There we go.
four big bags, one of each.
Sprung.
Above the board, you can take. Wow.
And there we go. We got a margarita. So now we have two different types of sours. We have a New York sour, which is our whiskey sour, and then we have the margarita. And again, both these drinks can be ordered on toasttab.com/thecastlebeverly. Don't forget, if you guys like what you see, feel free to tip your bartender. Venmo at Stephen Rudin. Just gonna rinse this out real quick, and we'll do our last round.
And so beyond that, there were two rectangles with two arrows. Those are the so the one with light bulb with the arrows and the one without the light
A little hard to see from there. Shake that.
and you can only move that one.
Margarita is a salad.
I don't have a major juice.
Ace, can you explain to me what you mean by margarita is a salad? I've never had a margarita salad. I've had a margarita pizza, but not a margarita salad.
I need a whole pack.
Also, which one looks delicious? They all look delicious.
No, but my objective is to find who's one of my big best.
So performing those actions.
Okay. So I can move on to the next drink if you want.
So this one's probably my favorite. It's going to be a variation of the first whiskey sour we made. I made this for a friend, I think it was last Halloween. And anytime someone asks me to surprise them, anytime they say like, I like whiskey, but I don't know what I want here, this is what I make for them. I call it the Toronto Sour. And if you want to buy this drink, it's not on our menu, but you can go to toasttab.com/Castle hit whiskey sour, and then just type in the notes Toronto Sour. All right, Toronto as in Canada, and I'm going to explain why in a second. So we have a maple bourbon, which is probably one of my favorite bourbons that we have here. This is why I call it Toronto Sour. So what we'll do is we'll do 1.5 ounces of Saffron maple bourbon.
Start by drawing corners. From your.
And then we're going to add more maple.
I was gonna say, I don't have.
The white deck is full.
Sorry that I keep going around. I have to. It counts as a salad. Did I say salad? I don't remember saying. I could have sworn I said salad. Anything counts as a salad if you're brave enough and you want to add lettuce to it. That's my personal philosophy. But yeah, sorry that I have to keep going around the bar. I can't read the comments from where I am. If I see another one pop up, I'll come back around.
All right. So we did 1.5 ounces of our saffron bourbon. Now we're going to do 1.5 ounces of maple syrup. This is what we're replacing the sugar element with. All right. And we're going to do 1.5 ounces of lemon juice, which surprisingly, lemon and maple go really well together. It's like kind of slightly less acidic than the lime. A little bit more than like an orange, and I feel it just tastes like breakfast. It's delicious.
So the number.
So I'm grabbing some ice from the glass. I'm going to grab some ice to the shaker. And then I'm just going to shake it. And then we'll strain that. And it's going to come out a little bit darker than the other sour just because of the maple syrup. But and then you want to leave a little room on the top, just like I did with this one, because you want to have the float of red wine on top.
Nothing good starts with once I was eating a salad, so we got to spice it up. I mean, you just add something to your salad, make it spicy. Hello, you're here for drinks. You came to the right place. I already made 2. So what I have right here is a whiskey sour. It's our, it's like a New York sour. And then what I have right here is a margarita. If you go to the toasttab.com/Beverly, you can order one of these drinks. And right now I'm finishing up a Toronto sour. And again, if you want to order a Toronto sour, go to the toasttab.com/Beverly and hit whiskey sour, and then just type in the notes Toronto sour because we don't actually have it on the menu. So I'm going to finish up the Toronto sour. I'm going to add a float of red wine to it. Can we see if we can adjust? That's not going to work. Never mind. I'll do it over here.
I'll try it. All right.
But I have problems.
So, here we go. Lab Tinto.
I don't know. So wait, what is?
You're deciding where you're going and where you're going.
Float of Lab Tinto on top. And then just like with the other whiskey sour, we're going to have the cherry right on top, just like that. And then just put 2 straws right in there. So those are our 3 sours. So the first one was a standard whiskey sour. It's our variation of a New York sour, and we use everyone will use honey, lemon juice, and some sugar syrup. And then we have a margarita here, which is a type of sour. A lot of people don't think that, but it is a type of sour. And we use Old Mex tequila, triple sec. I add a little bit of sugar in there just because I do like my margaritas a little bit sweeter. And then I have the salt rim and lime juice. And then for the third sour, I call it the Toronto sour because of the use of maple, the sound of maple bourbon and maple syrup. It's the same thing as the New York sour here, but instead it's maple bourbon, maple syrup instead of sugar syrup and lemon juice, which in my opinion is my favorite.
And there's a fake card.
So if you go to toasttab.com/Beverly, you can slash the Castle Beverly, you can order one of these 3 drinks. If you're going to order the Toronto sour, hit the whiskey sour on the menu because we don't have the Toronto sour on the menu, and then just type Toronto sour in the notes and you'll know it. All right. You can have these 3 drinks delivered. So let's go back to me.
Who gets to drink all of these? I volunteer as tribute. Ooh, I should probably do tasting notes, huh? I probably should. I think I deserve it.
Treat yourself.
Treat yourself. I have a live audience. Here, let's. Hey,
Hello.
there you go. Hello.
Really good. We're close contact.
You guys signed the release, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh no. All right. So right here we have the whiskey sour. It's our version of a New York sour. I already explained it. So let's give it a taste. So immediately you kind of taste the bourbon, obviously. And then it's got kind of like a honey undertone, and it's really, really sweet. The honey and the lemon kind of interact really well together. If you've ever had a bee's knees, which is lemon, honey, and gin, it's kind of a similar flavor profile to that, but it's got like the vanilla of like the bourbon and the sweetness. I can't really taste the wine just because the wine is floated on top. So all of the lemon and such is right here. If I get this a little, I could probably. Just because a drink has a float doesn't mean you have to keep it as a float. Potions class with Professor Steve. I agree. I think we should call it that from now on. All right, let's try that again. This time I have the wine mixed in. So now it's a lot more fruity, and it tastes, it kind of reminds me of like a honey strawberry lemonade. I think, yeah, if you have a bit of a sweet tooth and you really like red wine, I think you would like this drink a lot, especially with the way it interacts with the lemon and the honey. So I would highly recommend this one. So up next we have the margarita. So usually when I make a margarita, especially here, I rim half the glass with salt. So that way, if you want to drink the salt, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. And obviously, I keep a straw in there too, just in case you don't want to deal with the ice. So I'll do both with the salt and without the salt. So yeah, it's a
All right, I'm gonna take a little stroll to the savannah. And I have to discard a card. I get 1 power.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of margaritas. They're like my go-to summer drink anyway. So as far as the margarita goes, this is probably, it's really solid. It's really good. So if you want to pick up a margarita from here, the toast, I'll put the link back up.
And play 1 and choose something.
Toasttab.com/thecastlebeverly.
I don't really have anything.
Toasttab.com/thecastlebeverly.com. There we go. That's the link right there if you want to order one of these drinks. And yeah, so we had our whiskey sour and our margarita, which again is a really solid margarita. I usually don't get the salt on the rim. I'm just not too crazy about the salt, but some of all the times. I think there's a time and a place for everything. I mean, I'll have a margarita in the middle of the winter. I mean, I think that's when I had my first margarita. Not that I think about it, but all right. So I'll try it with the salt.
Yeah.
Customer as well.
I'm gonna draw a card and then.
So yeah, I'm not too crazy about adding salt, but I do see why people like it. It kind of, as salt does, it enhances the flavor of whatever you put it on, and it adds kind of a umami feel to your mouth. So it definitely brings out the lime more, and kind of makes it a little bit more refreshing. So I would highly recommend that too. Yeah.
Actually, but that's the thing is that would be.
And then the final one, my personal favorite, the Toronto Sour. So if you remember, I used the sapling maple bourbon and maple syrup, which is why it has a darker color than the other whiskey sour. I mean, obviously the other whiskey sour is a little bit dark now since I stirred it. But so this one's gonna definitely have a lot more maple syrup notes to it. And yeah, I like how the maple interacts with the lemon. I have these all the time. So. Yeah, it just tastes like maple candy. Like the vanilla from the maple bourbon. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, it's really easy to salt the rim. It is kind of tedious if you don't have the right thing for it. Like we have the thing for it, we just haven't used it in a while. What I usually do is I squirt the syrup onto the rim of the glass, and then I just slowly sprinkle the salt on. It is a little tedious and it's a little difficult, but if you really like salt, it's worth it. But yeah. As for this one, yeah, like I said, it just tastes like a maple candy. All you taste is maple, a little bit of lemon, and then like vanilla from the bourbon. And it just tastes like one of those maple candies you get during Christmas time.
So you move somewhere
For seconds. Yeah, I think out of the three, this one's my favorite, but I'm just biased. I'll stir it up and try it with the wine now. So, like I said, with this, with the whiskey sour, or the New York sour, it definitely added a bunch of like berry notes, and I believe these wines are aged too, so it plays really well with the whiskey.
Her.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do. No,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that just it changes the drink entirely.
that's what happens.
Fine just means
It's
wherever
just-
they are.
It's no longer candy, but it's very, I get Christmassy. This is probably the perfect drink for Thanksgiving, Christmas. If you're sharing a drink with family members, it's really warm, it's really inviting. I just pictured sipping this by a fireplace. It's just really nice. So if you have a fireplace at home, go to the toasttab.com/thecastlebeverly.com. That's a tongue twister. Toasttab.com/thecastlebeverly.com. And you can order the Toronto Sour and sit by your fireplace and play your board games with your friends.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah, and if you do want to order the Toronto Sour, again, just type hit whiskey sour, and then type Toronto Sour or Toronto or whatever in the notes, or the maple one. Doesn't matter which.
So in order to bank for someone, you have to have units on there whose total power is equal to 2 or greater. So you sacrifice them all.
Mr. Dilliams, I believe you're on Twitch. Mr. Dilliams on Twitch wants me to combine all three. I guess this really is potions class.
I heard that.
All right, 10 points Gryffindor. Or, unless you're not a Gryffindor, I don't really know.
It's a very important.
Which house do you identify with? That'll be today's question of the day. Everyone wants me to do it. All right. Well, if I'm gonna do it, Don't forget to tip your bartender. Support me on Venmo at Steven-Rudin.
Oh, you can have higher than a four?
And I guess what I'll do is I'll grab one of the big glasses back here and combine them all.
You'll laugh.
I hope my boss isn't watching. That would be.
But are you from?
Yeah, there's a reason why he's the hero of that story. He's gonna shoot that bird dead real fast.
They don't fight unless I fight.
Okay,
Oh, so the heroes aren't gonna come and kill your guys?
doing this for you. Is this what I'm going to do at the end of every episode? That's what I want to know. Waiting for a yes or no. And it can't just be two people that want me to do it. I mean,
Now we're gonna spend another 2,
Oh my god, how many things can you
and we're gonna make this in Rudin. Moving.
these aren't this. I don't know how this is. You support it. Do it.
Oh, it's about the coin.
All right. So whiskey sour.
You played.
We'll call this the King's Cup. All right.
You couldn't even build this one part.
Margarita. There's not a lot of room.
That changes.
Just bear in mind too, we fill these things with beer. So considering that 3 rocks glasses is fitting this. Good luck. If it's delicious, add it to the menu. King of the Castle. So what are we gonna call this? What are we gonna call this cocktail if we add it to the menu then?
2 heroes.
We got a New York sour, a Toronto sour, and a margarita. King of the sours, king of the castle, King's Cup. Let's try it. Out of the 3, all I can taste is the margarita. I mean, I can taste some like maple. That's really weird. Okay, well, I'm gonna put that back. So, out of the 3, which one sounds most interesting to you guys?
Thank you for being patient.
Well, you have a big deck. I have four. I don't know how much.
If you liked how these drinks look, 150 points to Gryffindor. The Griffle Puff. So we had the New York Sour, which the glass is now empty because I poured it into this. The Margarita, which is now half empty because I poured it into this. And the Toronto Sour, which is also now half empty because I poured it into that. If you liked how those 3 drinks look, feel free to order them on the toasttab.com/thecastlebeverly.com. And again, if you want to order the whiskey sour, we have it on the menu already. You just need to hit the button and send it my way, and we'll make it for you. Same with the margarita that's already on the menu. Just hit margarita. You can also add flavors to your margaritas. We do strawberry. If you're brave, we have lavender, pumpkin spice, raspberry, vanilla. I guess I don't really know what flavors you would put in there. So I guess that's up to you. And then for the final drink, we have the Toronto Sour, which is my twist on the New York Sour. Well, if you think it sounds good, try one. What we'll do is we'll get the order. Just leave it in the notes. Toronto Sour, Maple Sour, whichever one. We'll know what you're talking about, and I'll make it for you. We'll have it in a to-go cup ready to go. Okay. And here, I'll put the link for the menu back up. So that's where you go to order the drinks. Toasttab.com/thecastlebeverly.com. If you want to support the castle directly, go to Venmo and at the Castle Beverly. And then if you want to tip your bartender, Venmo me at Steven-Rudin.
Yeah, because I got things.
So this is going to be a new thing we're going to be doing pretty much every Thursday. I'll be doing mixology. There'll be other streams going on. I know tomorrow Stefan and Casey are doing a Magic the Gathering unboxing. I think that'll be a lot of fun. So if you guys enjoyed this, again, I'll see you next Thursday.
And maybe you want to go back.
See you later.